So it's ayah number 183 of Surah AlBaqarah. So before we study these ayats, there is some background about the ayats. These are the ayats related to the fasting and month of Ramadan. And in these ayats, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned what are the requirements and what are the restrictions and what is permitted and what is not permitted in the month of Ramadan. When Prophet ﷺ migrated to Medina from Mecca, he was fasting 3 days every month, and also on the 10th day of Muharram he was fasting. After that, these ayats were revealed where the month of Ramadan was made the month of fasting by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the first ayat describes the obligatory nature of the fasting in the month of Ramadan, and a permission was given in the ayah number 183, which was taken back in the ayahs that came down after that. So we'll inshallah study that also. And then after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned several other things regarding to the month of Ramadan. So with that, we will start inshallah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing those people who have believed already with Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O those who have believed. Kutiba alaykum. Kutiba means has been ordained or has been written upon you. Alaykum is upon you, or has been made obligatory for you. Kutiba alaykumus siyamu. Siyamu is the plural of fasting. Saum. Saum means to refrain from doing something. Saum means to stop or refrain from doing something. In the month of Ramadan, the Saum means refrain from eating in certain period of the day. Okay, so that is what the Siyam is, fasting. The literal meaning is fasting. So the fasting has been made obligatory upon you. That is what's the meaning of Kutiba alaykumus siyam. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the fasting was also obligatory on the people who lived on this earth before Islam. Okay? Which is Kama Kutiba. Kama Kutiba means as it was made obligatory. Alalladina, upon those people, min qablikum, before you. So before Prophet ﷺ, those nations and those people who followed and obeyed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they also used to fast. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the purpose is la'allakum tattaqun, that you might become righteous people. That is the purpose, that you might attain the righteousness, or you may fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. Then Allah says ayyaman ma'adudat. Ayyaman is the plural of yawm. Ayyaman means days. Ma'adudat means some counted days that can be counted on fingers, for example. So some days that can be counted, the fasting has been made obligatory. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a permission to two groups of people who have some problem fasting. First of them is فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيدًا. So whoever among you is sick, okay? Whoever among you is sick in the month of fasting, aw ala safarin, or he is traveling. So these are the two conditions, that if a person is sick and he cannot fast, or he is on a journey and it is not necessary, depending on the length of the journey, that he should fast. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if that happens, if those two conditions arise, then the fasting of those days where a person is either sick or is traveling, he can postpone the fasting. He can postpone or delay the fasting. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَإِدَّةٌ مِّنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرٍ. But he has to make them up in the other days. Other days means the days after the month of Ramadan. Whatever number of fasts or days he missed, he needs to make them up. That is فَإِدَّةٌ, that is the ransom or compensation or making up in the other days after the month of Ramadan. That is, that he has to do that person. Min ayyamin ukhar, in the other days. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the next few words is giving a permission in this ayah which was taken back. And that is وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ, and upon those people who are capable of. Yutiqunahu is from taqat, they who have ability. Fidyatun, to give a payment. Ta'amu miskin, feeding a poor person. So what is being said here? That the commandment of fasting was made obligatory, but those people who can afford, those people who have means, instead of fasting, even though they are healthy people, instead of fasting, they can give some money to a needy person. So that was the permission of the early days, that even though you are supposed to fast the month, but if you don't want to fast and you have money, you give that money to the needy people for whatever amount is the fidya, and then you don't need to fast. Okay? So this is what the ayats are saying. وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ, and upon those people who are capable, who have resources, who are able to do, then they can pay fidya, a compensation, ta'amu miskin, feeding a needy person. Okay? Then Allah says, but the better thing is that you fast. فَمَنْ تَطَوَّعَ خَيْرًا. So whoever obeys, okay, and does good willingly, فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَهُ, so that is better for him. So it was an option that was given, that even though you are rich and you are allowed to give some fidya instead of fasting, but it is better that you should fast. Okay? That is what saying, وَأَنْ تَصُومُوا, and if you fast, خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ, that is better for you, إِن كُنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ, if you know. Okay? Now, in the next ayah, this permission has been withdrawn. Okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, شَهَرُ رَمَضَانَ الَّذِي, Shahr means month. The month of the Ramadan is that أُنزِلَ فِيهِ الْقُرْآنِ, in which the Quran has been sent down. The Quran is revealed. That is the month of Ramadan. Allah says, Hudal linnas, this Quran is the guidance for the people. وَبَيِّنَاتٍ مِنَ الْهُدَى, and very clear, manifest signs of the guidance. And wal-Furqan. Another name of Quran is Al-Furqan. Al-Furqan means a criterion of separating right and wrong. So Quran separates right from wrong. So that is the reason it's called a criterion or Al-Furqan. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning here some of the attributes of the Quran. Then Allah says, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ. فَمَنْ شَهِدَ, whoever is present. Whoever is present minkum, among you, in the month, shahara means in the month, in this month of Ramadan. Fal yasumho. This one word fal yasumho is very important. Okay? This has actually 4 small words in it. Fal, fa, lam, and yasum and hu. Fa means so, and lam is the lam and taqid means it emphasizes. Yasum, the word yasum, is a command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala which says fast. Yasum means fast. And lam is a taqid or emphasis which means you must fast. Fal yasumho, you must fast in this month of Ramadan. So it is an order, it is an obligatory statement from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that whosoever finds the month of Ramadan, whosoever is alive in the month of Ramadan, he must fast in that month. Those who have believed in the Quran and Islam and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those people, if the month of Ramadan arrives and they are alive, then for them, fal yasumhu, they must fast in that month of Ramadan. There is no permission, there is no any other way out of it. Except those 2 conditions are still there, that if a person is sick or he is traveling, he can postpone it until the month after the Ramadan. Only those days in which he is sick or he is traveling. Waman kana maridan, so whosoever is sick, aw ala safarin, or he is upon a journey, فَإِدَّةٌ مِّنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرٍ, then he will have to make up in the other days. Okay, so that permission, that easy way is still there, that in the case of sickness and in the case of journey, you can postpone the fasting until the end of the month, and after that when you are healthy or you are back from journey, you can make up for those days which were missing. But other than that, if you are healthy and you are not traveling, then you must fast the month of Ramadan. Allah says, Yuridullahu bikumul yusra. Yuridullah, Allah has the intention, Allah intends, bikumul yusra, for you to make it easy. Wala yuridu, and He does not intend, bikumul usra, for you the hardship, difficulty. So if you are sick and you are traveling, then take it easy, don't need to fast, make it up afterwards. Then Allah says, وَلِتُكْمِلُوا الْعِدَّةَ, and then you count the days, the number, the number that you missed, you count that number and you make it up. وَلِتُكَبِّرُوا اللَّهَ, and Allah says that glorify or mention the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ala ma hadakum, upon the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guided you. وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ, so you may be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. Then the next ayah continues, وَإِذَا سَعَلَكَ عِبَادِي. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing here Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, saying, وَإِذَا سَعَلَكَ, when they ask you. Who are they? Ibadi, my servants, my slaves. Ask anni, about me. Allah says to Prophet ﷺ that when my slaves, my servants, ask you about me, about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the answer is that فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. So indeed I am very, very near to them. Ujibu, I respond. Allah is saying that Ujibu, I respond, da'awata da'i, the call of a caller. If someone calls me, I respond to that. Idha da'ani, when he calls me. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that when my servant makes a dua to me or he calls me, I respond on his dua. I reply, I answer, I am ready to help him for whatever he is asking for. But then in response, what people should do, what you should do is فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي. So you should respond me when I tell you to do something. When I give you a command to do something, then you should respond to me. Okay? وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي, and believe in me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ. So maybe they may be guided, they may get rushed. Okay? So Allah says that they should respond to me and they should believe in me. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ, that they may be guided or they may be on the right way. After that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is clarifying one thing, that in the beginning, when the month of Ramadan or the fasting of the month of Ramadan was ordained, in some other religion, when the fasting was made a requirement during the daytime or any time, people thought that in the night time, when they are not fasting, they are not supposed to go to their wives. They should stay away from their wives. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is explaining here that during the day when you are fasting, at that time you are not supposed to go to your women, to your wives, but at night time you are permitted. Uhilla lakum, Allah says that it has been permitted for you. Uhilla means it has been made lawful for you. Laylatas siyamir rafathu, going to ila nisaikum, to your women, in the nights of the fasting, the month of fasting. Laylat means night, Layla, and rafathu means to go. Okay. So it has been allowed, it has been permitted, it has been made lawful for you that you can go to your nisaikum, to your wives or to your women, in the nights of the month of Ramadan, of fasting. Allah says, Hunna libasul lakum wa antum libasul lahunna. This is a very beautiful statement about the relationship between the husband and wife. Allah says, Hunna libasul lakum, they, the women, are your garments. Wa antum, and you, libasul lahum, are the garments for them. Lahunna, for them. What does it mean? That the honesty and sincerity and closeness of the relationship between husband and wife is so strong, should be so strong, and should be protecting for each other. Like when you wear a garment, you wear a dress, they should be as close to you as your clothes. Okay? Mentally, and in all senses, they should be very close to you. Your wife should be as close to you as your dress, and you should be as close to your wife in understanding and all other aspects as her dress. Number one. Number two, the dress that we wear covers us. The dress, the purpose of wearing the dress is to cover. Okay? Likewise, a wife covers her husband, in the sense that if he has something, she doesn't go and expose his habits or anything else, and she doesn't go and start telling other people. Okay? If he has a temper, she doesn't go and start announcing that. So she provides a cover for her, for him. Likewise, husband provides a cover for wife. Okay? Number two. Number three, libas, the garment, is the beautification. Okay? So like wife is a beautification for husband, and husband is a beautification for wife. So using the word Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the word libas, the dress or the garment for each other, is telling that how good a relationship should be maintained between husband and wife. And they should do everything for each other. Allah says, Alimallahu, Allah knew, annakum kuntum takhta'anuna anfusakum, that you were hiding something in your heart, which means you used to go to them at night time, but you were feeling guilty that maybe you are doing it wrong. So Allah says, Fataba alaykum, so Allah forgave you. Wa'afa ankum, Fataba alaykum, and Allah accepted your tawbah. Wa afa ankum, and He forgave you. So now the permission is given. Fal ana bashiruhunna. So now you can go and have intimate relationship with them. Wabtahu, and look for or search for or find ma kataballahu lakum, what Allah has permitted you, what Allah has written upon you in terms of the relationship between the husband and the wife. Okay, so this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has explained in details these things. Then Allah mentioned in the next part of the ayah what should be the duration of the fasting. Okay. So Allah says, وَكُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا, and eat and drink. And eat and drink hatta, until. Okay. Yatabayyana, becomes clear, becomes manifest. Lakumul khaytul abiyadu minal khaytil aswadi. Khayt means a thread, and abiyad means a white, okay? And aswad means a black. So you can continue eating before the suhoor. You can continue eating until there is enough light outside. So if you take a black thread and a white thread, you can looking at those distinguish which one is black, which one is white. Okay, that's a very good way of finding the time to stop eating. If you don't have clocks or any other means, then you can take a black thread and a white thread, and in the pitch of the darkness you will not be able to distinguish between these two threads. So you continue until you see that the black thread and white thread can be distinguished from one another. So that is very good way of defining the time to stop eating. Now, in terms of the bigger picture, if you are standing outside away from the city lights, and if you look at the horizon on the eastern side, much before the sunrise, you will see a complete darkness in the skies. Okay? And then as the sun, long before it starts appearing, all of a sudden you will see in the middle of the darkness, there will be a white line appearing. White, very thin line will appear on the sky. That is the time, that is also the meaning of thread, white thread appearing behind the black sheet. Okay? So that is the time you should stop eating. Okay? That is the meaning of yatabayyana lakumul khaytul abyadu. It becomes clear for you a white thread, minal khaytil aswadi, from a black thread, minal fajr, at the fajr time, okay, in the morning. So stop eating at that time. Then Allah says, thumma atimmu siyama, then complete the fasting, ilal layl, until the night. Wala tubashiruhunna, and also do not have intimate relationship with them. Wa antum aakifuna fil masajid, if you are going to be i'tikaf in the masajid. If you decide to do i'tikaf in the masajid, then at those hours, even at night, you are not permitted to go to your wives. Tilka hududullahi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that these are the limits set by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the boundaries defined by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fala taqrabuha, do not go close to them. Kadhalika, Allah says that just like that, yubayyinullahu, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it clear, ayatihi, his signs or his verses, linnasi, for the people, la'allahum yattaqun, that maybe they will fear or they may become righteous people.